Mr. Elman, will you just explain the results of the executive session? Please?
Yeah, no action was taken and that's it.
Okay. All right, we'll go to reading and communications.
We have the county auditor report from January 2024 of real property tax corrections. Capital District OTB financial report dated October 31st, 2023. Letter from June Maxim, Warren County resident requesting termination of Karen Hagan's appointment as special prosecutor, excuse me, in the matter of the People versus Maxim. Letter from Emily Williams, Saratoga County Assistant District Attorney, responding to June Maxim letter. And Washington County Resolution number 28 of 2024, appointing members to the counties of Warren and Washington Industrial Development Agency and Civic Development Corporation.
Okay. Reading of resolutions.
Informations 4 through 7, resolution numbers 28 through 74, and floor resolution numbers 1 and 2 were distributed to the members of the Board of Supervisors and posted to the Warren County website on Friday, February 9th. Floor resolution numbers 3 and 4 were distributed and posted on February 14th. The proclamations before you are number 4, commemorating the J. Walter Duckett Award to Robert Niemer. Number 5, American Heart Month. Number 6, Black History Month. And number 7, Cancer Prevention Month. A motion is needed to bring floor resolution number 1 to the floor.
Do we have a motion to bring floor resolution by Supervisor Strauss, second by Supervisor Molino? Discussion on floor resolution number 1. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Floor resolution number 1 is now resolution number 75. A motion is needed to bring floor resolution number 2 to the floor.
Motion by Supervisor Wild to bring floor resolution 2, second by Supervisor E2. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Floor resolution number 2 is now resolution number 76. Motion is needed to bring floor resolution number 3 to the floor.
We have a motion. Supervisor Strauss, second by Supervisor Strainer. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, floor resolution number 3 is now resolution number 77. Following that waiving of the rules for floor resolution number 3, now resolution number 77, floor resolution number 4, which is introduced by the chair, is now considered to be on the floor and will be resolution number 78.
We go ahead. Very
Go
good.
on to the next. Yeah.
Yes, anybody wish to be recused from any resolution?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I need to recuse myself from resolution 52.
Okay, Supervisor Turner.
We'll make that a roll call.
Okay, that will be a roll call vote on
52.
52. Anybody else need to recuse?
No, not recused.
No other recusals. Okay, discussion or public comment on any of the resolutions?
Chairman, other than resolution 52, because if there's a discussion on 52, we would want that.
Okay, other than resolution 52. Any public discussion on any resolution other than number 52? Any board discussions? Supervisor Wild?
Mr. Chairman, as I mentioned during my initial briefing, resolution 57, I'd like to make a modification and remove the last item on the list for the county treasurer, which is the creating a temporary position payroll, and it's no longer required.
Okay, you're making a motion to amend 57 to
Yes.
remove.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second by Supervisor Merlino. Any discussion on resolution 57? All those in favor to modify resolution number 57, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Supervisor Connor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman, at this time, I would like to introduce an amendment, if I could, to resolution number 50.
Okay.
And the amendment being in the section that deals with the first resolve that the amount so indicated not to exceed be amended from $100,000 to $150,000.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Second by Supervisor Wild. Any discussion? All those in favor of modifying resolution, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Any other roll call votes? Request for roll calls. Supervisor Thomas.
Resolution number 48.
Okay, 48 to roll call. Okay, any other roll call requests? Seeing none. Any other discussions? Seeing none? Guess we'll vote on resolutions.
Okay, resolution number 28, making supplemental appropriations. Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan. Yes. Ms. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Bruno,
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll,
Yes.
Mr. Paget,
Yes.
Mr. Drossy.
Yes.
Mr. Bean,
Yes.
Mr. Merlino,
Yes.
Mr. Stroud,
Yes.
Mr. Wild,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer,
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Conover,
Yes.
Mr. Mayday,
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
Yes,
Resolution passes with 843 votes in favor. Resolution number 29, amending Warren County budget for 2024 for various departments within Warren County. Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan. Yes. Ms. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Bruno,
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll,
Yes.
Mr. Paget,
Yes.
Mr. Drossy.
Yes.
Mr. Bean,
Yes.
Mr. Merlino.
Yes.
Mr. Stroud,
Yeah.
Mr. Wild.
Yes.
Mr. Strainer,
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Conover.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayday,
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
yes,
Resolution passes with 843 votes in favor. Resolution number 48, amending agreement with 10X Software Solutions to purchase 90 10X electronic full book computers. Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan. Yes. Ms. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Bruno,
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll,
Yes.
Mr. Paget,
Yes.
Mr. Drossy,
Yes.
Mr. Bean,
Yes.
Mr. Merlino.
Yes.
Mr. Stroud,
Yes.
Mr. Wild,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer,
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
No.
Mr. Conover,
Yes.
Mr. Mayday,
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
yes,
The resolution passes with 831 votes in favor. Resolution number 52. Amending resolution 573 of 2023, which authorized agreements with certain applicants for the district disbursement of 2024 occupancy tax revenues. Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan. Yes. Mr. Bruno,
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll,
Yes.
Mr. Paget,
Yes.
Mr. Drossy,
Yes.
Mr. Bean,
Yes.
Mr. Merlino.
Yes.
Mr. Stroud,
Yes.
Mr. Wild.
Yes.
Mr. Strainer.
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Conover.
Yes.
Mr. Mayday.
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
yes,
Resolution passes with 798 votes in favor. Resolution 57 as amended. That's amending the table of organization in Warren County Salary and Compensation Plan for 2024. Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan. Yes. Ms. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Bruno,
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll.
Yes.
Mr. Paget,
Yes.
Mr. Drossy.
Yes.
Mr. Bean,
Yes.
Mr. Merlino,
Yes.
Mr. Stroud,
Yes.
Mr. Wild,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer.
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
Mr. Conover,
Yes.
Mr. Mayday,
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
yes,
Resolution passes with 843 votes in favor. Resolution number 67, authorizing appropriation of funds from the general fund unappropriated fund balance to the sheriff's department budget to cover the cost of an agreement with the SPCA. Mr. Diamond.
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan. Yes. Ms. Turner.
Yes.
Mr. Bruno,
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll.
Yes.
Mr. Paget,
Yes.
Mr. Drossy,
Yes.
Mr. Bean,
Yes.
Mr. Merlino,
Yes.
Mr. Stroud,
Yes.
Mr. Wild,
Yes.
Mr. Strainer.
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Conover.
Yes.
Mr. Mayday,
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
yes,
Resolution passes with 843 votes in favor. Resolution 68, authorizing the appropriation of funds from the vehicle reserve for the sheriff's budget. Mr. Diamond.
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan. Yes. Ms. Turner.
Yes.
Mr. Bruno.
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll.
Yes.
Mr. Paget.
Yes.
Mr. Drossy.
Yes.
Mr. Bean.
Yes.
Mr. Merlino.
Yes.
Mr. Stroud.
Yes.
Mr. Wild.
Yes.
Mr. Strainer.
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Conover.
Yes.
Mr. Mayday.
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
yes.
Resolution passes with 843 votes in favor.
Would anybody object to 69, 70, 71 being done as one? Those are appropriated from fund balance. Does anybody object if we do that as one resolution for those three?
I'm okay with that idea.
Hmm?
I'm okay with that idea.
Just those three. right?
Yep.
Okay.
This is a vote on resolutions 69, 70, and 71, all appropriating funds from the general fund to various budgets. Mr. Diamond.
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan.
Yes.
Ms. Turner.
Yes.
Mr. Bruno.
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll.
Yes.
Mr. Patchit.
Yes.
Mr. Drossy.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean.
Yes.
Mr. Merlino.
Yes.
Mr. Stroud.
Yes.
Mr. Wild.
Yes.
Mr. Strainer.
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Conover.
Yes.
Mr. Mayday.
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
Yes.
Those resolutions pass with a vote of 843 in favor.
Okay.
Two, resolution number 72, authorizing appropriation funds from the Computer Reserve Fund. Mr. Diamond.
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan.
Yes.
Ms. Turner.
Yes.
Mr. Bruno.
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll.
Yes.
Mr. Patchit.
Yes.
Mr. Drossy.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean.
Yes.
Mr. Merlino.
Yes.
Mr. Stroud.
Yes.
Mr. Wild.
Yes.
Mr. Strainer.
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Conover.
Yes.
Mr. Mayday.
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
Yes.
Resolution passes with 843 votes in favor. Resolution number 73, establishing Community Development Fund CD 79. Mr. Diamond.
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan.
Yes.
Ms. Turner.
Yes.
Mr. Bruno.
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll.
Yes.
Mr. Patchit.
Yes.
Mr. Drossy.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean.
Yes.
Mr. Merlino.
Yes.
Mr. Stroud.
Yes.
Mr. Wild.
Yes.
Mr. Trainer.
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes.
Mr. Conover.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayday.
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
Yes.
That resolution passes with 843 votes in favor. And resolution number 74, which is authorizing appropriation of funds from the general fund unappropriated fund blast to the sheriff's budget for SUV and MAT treatment. Mr. Diamond.
Yes.
Ms. Gilligan.
Yes.
Ms. Turner.
Yes.
Mr. Bruno.
Yes.
Mr. Driscoll.
Yes.
Mr. Patchit.
Yes.
Mr. Drossy.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean.
Yes.
Mr. Merlino.
Yes.
Mr. Stroud.
Yes.
Mr. Wild.
Yes.
Mr. Strainer.
Yes.
Mr. Etu.
Yes.
Mr. Thomas.
No.
Mr. Conover.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayday.
Yes.
Chairman Garrity.
Yes.
Okay, resolution passes with 831 votes in favor.
We need a collective on all those in favor of the other resolutions signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carry. Okay. Privilege of floor, public comment. Anybody who wish to address the board? I know Supervisor Strainer, you had some comments.
Yes, you're ready for them?
We're ready.
All right. Listen, I would like to say I did the jail tour with administrator, and I want to thank Sheriff Barr, Lieutenant Farmer, Lieutenant Clifford, and Captain Mayday. And when you go on a tour with a facility, go with Supervisor Mayday. He's like being with a rock star. They all know him. I was extremely impressed with how well the jail is run. I know you all hear comments and stuff, but until you go and see, I'll tell you the one thing that I noticed right off the bat was the cleanliness. That place was spotless. Everybody over there was extremely helpful. Everybody over there knew their job. There's not a lot of jobs that you go to where when you get a half an hour for a lunch break, you can't leave. They have to stay there in case there's some kind of emergency. So, that's kind of difficult. Also, if the next person on the shift doesn't show up, that person that's in that position takes that next 8 hours. Again, those are difficult things and, you never know what's going to happen. But I got to tell you, the facility was run extremely well. And I was really taken, back by how clean and neat, and it was just in perfect shape. It's very good. And if you've never taken the tour, talk to the administrator when he wants to do another one. I think you'll be impressed.
Would you like to spend a few nights there?
No, I wouldn't. And I got to tell you, if you were to take kids, young kids over there and show them what they're going to live like, if they decide that they're going to break the law, I think it would definitely change their outlook on life. And there's just one other thing. The local Adirondack United girls hockey team is playing in the state tournament this weekend in Utica. This team is made up of girls from Queensbury and Lake George and Corinth and South Glens Falls and Glens Falls and Saratoga. This is your last chance to watch this group. They're pretty good. The tournament is in Utica. The Adirondack team is undefeated. They've only been together for 2 years. Last year, their only loss was in the finals of the state. And this year, I'm hoping that they rectify that and they win the state. So if you get a chance, what a nice group. And I tell you what, those girls can play. They really show you how to play the game. They hustle. They're constantly moving. And it's a real treat to watch them. So hopefully I'm going to get to go to the game, but if you get a chance, I want to wish them good luck because they are definitely the pride of our area. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Supervisor Wild.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Just for the board, and for the public, some time ago, this board appointed me to the board of the Economic Development Corporation in Glens Falls. It was run by Jim Siplin. There have been reports of the closure of some businesses. And I think the public opinion may have been skewed a little bit to think that the Economic Development Corporation has some effort and some role in playing to keep these businesses. That they do, but they don't control those businesses. And there are many things that are going on at the EDC. We've heard about housing. We've heard about the efforts to work on workforce and for the internet in various parts of the county. But there's so many more efforts and initiatives that are going on that can't necessarily always be publicly talked about. But what I'd like to do is offer to this board and to the community in general, if there's any discussions or some dissatisfactions, or they'd like to learn more about the Economic Development Corporation, my email, my phone number are on the county website. Please don't hesitate to give me a call. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Bruno.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to speak at the end of DA Carasone's presentation, but I didn't get the opportunity, so I'll say it now. I strongly encourage anyone who hasn't been and those that have been to attend this ceremony. It is both emotional and inspirational. You're showing support for these victims, and when you hear some of the things they've been through, and then some of them speak, I'm amazed at where they get the courage to stand up there. And it's just a great thing. And you also are supporting the district attorney's office and all those personnel. And if it wasn't for them, I think some of these victims would have had little or no voice at all. So again, I really, really strongly encourage anybody to attend it. I attended it last year, was my first time.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I hadn't attended it before, but this year, no matter what's on my calendar, I will clear that away and attend this ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to address the board?
Chairman, can I make one comment?
Oh, yeah.
The board changed the rules of the board this year to change the order of this proceeding to include a new step, which is recusals on resolutions. And I just wanted to thank and commend the supervisor for Glens Falls for notifying us before we started that there was a recusal that needed to be made on a resolution. But more importantly, when that resolution came up for a vote, following the proper procedure of standing up, exiting the room for the vote, and then returning when the vote is over. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Superintendent.
I just have something real quick, and I want to let out more so the town supervisors know, but as well as the at-large supervisor. This coming Tuesday, we are having a meeting with Senator Steck and Assemblyman Simpson at my lower Warren Street shop to talk about advocacy for CHIPS money. Most of the towns, you receive CHIPS money for your roads, bridges, equipment. And each year when the governor puts out her budget, some of that money is taken away from us. Usually on March 5th and 6th, we go down to the legislative office building and advocate for more money. But we try to have pre-meetings up front with our local leaders, the Assemblyman Simpson and Senator Steck. So they will be there. I don't want to necessarily scare them away saying, hey, we're going to have the whole board of supervisors there, but encourage your highway superintendents to please come down. The more faces they see, the better for us, that they know that we do need the money here. So I sent that email out, but I'm also inviting all of you, if you want to come, it'll be Tuesday, the 20th, 1 p.m. and it'll be at 299 Lower Warren Street. Thank you.
You buying pizza?
Yes.
Administrator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to go back to the county attorney's discussion. He talked about the increase in workload on the county attorney's office as a result of the raise the age legislation. and we've talked about it in all our committees, you know, the public defender and the assigned counsel gets ILS funding, 18B funding from the state. The district attorney this year got a significant amount of money from the state for as a result of the discovery law changes. So, and we do not, the county attorney does not get any additional funding. I think what you said, we went from 9 to 70 cases.
Over 7.
Over 70 cases this past year. And that's on the county to fund. So I am going to probably have follow-on discussions with our legislators to see if there's any relief we could get.
Anybody
Thank you,
else?
Chairman.
Supervisor Driscoll.
Thank you, Chairman. In addition to Thunder hockey games this Friday and Saturday night, and next Friday and Saturday night on March 9th, and I confirm that with the sheriff, the annual law enforcement appreciation night will take place. That's law enforcement officials, not just from Warren County, but regional jurisdictions throughout the Tri-County region, including state police, will take place. Again, that's Saturday, March 9th. And I know that the county will be getting information out on how county employees as well as the public can show their appreciation to all law enforcement officials by showing up to a good, fun hockey game. Thanks.
Supervisor Wild.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Based on what our administrator just mentioned, would it be advisable for us to authorize a letter from the administrator once he understands some of the details about this ILS funding, so that the board could actually get a letter done to the state in support of having some state funding cover some of our additional expenses? Is that something allowable with the while the board is in session? If so, I'd like to make that motion.
We could send a letter. Sure.
Do we need authority from the board?
No,
No. All right.
I don't think so. No, from time to time, we send letters. Anybody else? Supervisor Bean.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next Thursday, at Tannery Pond in Johnsburg, we're celebrating the 90th anniversary of the, ski train coming into North Creek. Presentation is going to be kind of interesting because it's all about the 10th Mountain Division and those, folks who served in World War II. So if you're interested, please stop by.
Thanks. Okay.
7:00.
I'd just like to thank the board for support of the new ethics committee. I think you'll find the folks chosen to serve on this committee. And to me, it's very important because that's one of the most important things we can do is have ethics here at the county board. And I think we found some real good candidates to keep us on the straight and narrow, so to speak. The other thing I'd like to bring up is NISAC is at the end of the month in Albany, and I would suggest that if you want to go, contact Amanda, and you can sign up for, go down and register there for a single day, but there's a lot of good topics on the legislative agenda, and I think it's very helpful. And if not, you just go down and you work with other county legislators who have the same issues that we may have. And I'm certainly with the way the budget's going in Albany, I'm sure that will be a topic of discussion. So that being said, yes.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Last word?
I'll make sure I get a schedule out to everybody on the NISAC.
Okay, all right. Okay, motion to adjourn. So be it. Thank you. Supervisor Bruno, second by thank you all.
Soon.
And so the stuff we came with that goes back with us, but the other stuff stays here, or what happened?